combination of that was the first thing we did, which was a mistake, and then because that was so immersive, it was just a little bit too much. So we didn't ramp up to that. So that was our palate cleanser was Triceratops spin. Jumping over to Dino Land.
Yeah, a little spinner.
Yeah, little palate cleanser. But again, we just enjoyed, being outside, enjoying the weather. Again, there really wasn't much in terms of the COVID protocols that really impacted a lot of what we did there, to be honest. I mean, they put up some of the plastic sheeting and screens, Kilimanjaro safaris in the vehicles. Right. That made some of the visuals a little bit harder to watch, watching out for the animals. But other than that, there wasn't much that really impacted our day there. But the second day was the longest day. That was 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Magic Kingdom. And this is where I know we kind of talked about, I sent you a picture late in the day, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. My youngest she crashed. And again, she knows her body. She's like, I'm done. I can't do it. Like, we were in line for a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. She'd never been on it. My son and I had been on it. And that was kind of our fun father-son bonding thing that we did the previous trip. And she tried, and she said, I can't get on this thing. She said, I'm not going to lose it.
Yeah.
But she said, I just don't. She said, but she knew, she's like, I'm just going to feel worse after.
Yeah, right. Right.
And so we're done. We peeled off. And again, cast members are just, they're awesome. Even more so with all the COVID stuff they got to deal with. And they're able to, I said, looked at my son and went, dude, you're it. You want to go on it? He said, can I? I said, yeah. And the cast members were like, come on in. And they just routed him through the fast pass and jumped him on. They do that. We were going to wait for him, and she wasn't feeling great. And they're like, okay, front of the line. He got on right away. It was awesome.
That's really cool. And I love when they see an opportunity like that. Like, hey, you know what? We can, this is, the situation isn't going in the right direction for this family.
Right.
Because it's not a terrible thing, but it's not ideal either. And you're still got to ride, and it's, we're talking about it months later. Yeah.
And again, and a lot of things too that helped. There's the little things for the cast members. So it was dark at this point, it was about 9 o'clock. And again, if there's any cheap little advice I can give, dollar store for glow sticks.
Yes.
The glow bands.
Yep.
The little bracelet things. If you get like 20 for $1.
Yes.
We pack those in our bag. And again, I still to this day I'm amazed. People are like, "Oh, you have glows? Where'd you get those?" I'm like, dollar store, back home. And anyway, so we hung those on our masks for fun and stuff like that. And all the cast members, again, they could tell. They just know. I don't know how they trained for this, but they just know. And they looked at my daughter. They could tell there's something off with her. But they were just still extra cheery. Then they're like, "I love your glow bracelets. Those are great. Green's my favorite color." I mean, it was awesome just to see that. And then the ice in the cake was my son, after all these trips that he's been on all of them. So he and I are the constant ones, I guess. We've been from the first one to the last one here with our family. Seeing his mom pick up the kids and give the piggyback rides when they were kind of dragging and starting to feel bad or overtired. And unsolicited, he went up to her, he said, "Do you want a piggyback ride?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she just jumped on his back, and he carried her from Fantasyland, the back of Fantasyland, all the way to the buses.
That's a superhuman feat of strength.
I'm like, I would still be having back surgery right now if I had done that.
For real, I know.
I know, and she's a little one. She's our we affectionately call her Shrimpy. That's her nickname, and she loves it. She knows it. She's the little one. But even so, I mean, he just unsolicited, because he's just that kind of kid. But also, again, not seeing mom raise him right.
Yeah, well, I take
nothing from that. But
when we're getting ready to record this show, you sent me 2 pictures with a kind of a little summary of what we're going to talk about, and that was one of the pictures. And so for I think Valentine's Day or something. I got my wife these things called mixed tiles because they're advertised all the time on Instagram. Like I'm a terrible Instagram is the worst. Like their ads work. Like
Oh
it's
no.
horrible. You must buy mixed tiles. Yes, I must. Okay, so but the thing is you hang these this little pictures around your house, they're little squares, but to me that's the kind of moment that you can capture. You have that picture and you can hang it in your den, or you could hang it in the family room or down in the basement, and every time you walk by that, what it's like. God, my kids, like, this is what I want my kids to be, right? I want them to like each other, take care of each other, and just that snapshot will always take you back. I love. Plus, you had a pancake charcuterie thing from your newspaper, so I was like, we got to talk. So
yes, absolutely. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, speaking of Instagram, I think you were the one who maybe tagged it, or maybe it was Twitter or something. I'll give you the credit anyway because it reminded me of the show. Because anyway, sidebar, but charcuterie. Isn't it just adult Lunchables?
Yeah, but, it is. It's a 7 times more expensive Lunchable for adults.
Exactly. So that was our longest day, and that was the one. Again, that's how we always were. We just go start to finish, and we just try to get in. Not try to get in as much as we can, and we paced ourselves. I mean, we did 20,000 steps on average a day, but and that was like 12, 13 hours that day. So, I mean, we just wore out. Everybody just wore out. And my son just picked it up and he loves his sister, he loves his family, and he's just a good guy. And
awesome.
he picked her up literally and carried her out of the park. And funny, that happened. And, we get back and I don't say she perked up, but she felt a lot better. So, it worked.
Right.
It worked.
And you felt, as a dad, when you're there, like, it's just like, as a dad, this is all. This is, yes.
I know. It was cool.
And I know it was your wife, right? But we always say, I was part of that too.
I observed it anyway. I don't know.
2% of that,
maybe 3. Probably 2, but maybe 3. Yeah.
That's how I always feel.
It was cool.
I want to make sure we get this all in because we are running a little bit long, but so let's kind of wrap up the Walt Disney World because I want to talk Cabana Bay too because people are curious about that a lot.
Oh, okay, sure.
Any highlights?
Oh, sure. So, so we did Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and the last 2 days were Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And Epcot, I know everybody jokes about it. You guys are you're the best at it, but believe it or not, that was the one weekend there was no festival.
Oh, there you go. You saw it like nobody else sees it.
None. It was weird. It was like, is this a COVID thing? Is that why there's like nothing going on? No, there's just happened to be the weekend there was no festival.
Right. You're between the arts and Flower and Garden. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right it was just like, what happened? This is weird. Are we supposed to be here? Is this open? But we did get to see the Jammers as the Jammin' Chefs.
Right.
So they still had some of those that that was still there, and that was really neat. And we had not seen that before. But anyway, so that was kind of a fun thing, especially since my son does drums and his mom, my wife, does drums, and so it was pretty exciting. We always enjoy. So I asked my kids before this, what was your favorite meal in all of Disney World? And it's funny, again, same kind of thing. What was your favorite ride? People Mover, of course, and that was still down.
Yeah,
I don't know if is that ever coming back. Is this some sort of cruel joke?
I know. I think they're waiting for me to get there later this week. So
thank you, please. Yes, make that happen. But anyway, it was I can't pronounce it right, even though I live in Eau Claire where it's French, but Les Halles Boulangerie.
I call it the ice cream place in France. Or no, you're talking about you're talking about the patisserie, right?
Yes, yes.
I was thinking about La Glacias or whatever. Yeah.
No.
Oh, the patisserie, yes. And we got to keep this quiet because this place is awesome, but it's way back there. And a lot of people don't know it's there.
I know. That's what I mean. The France pavilion with the food was legit, and that was anyway the warm baguette. I mean, it's just so simple, but that was like the favorite thing. And I had
it's great for your kids, man, because that's one of the best bargains on at Epcot.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody. That's raise the price on it. But anyway, so other thing with Epcot, just real quick, Spaceship Earth is also a favorite. And again, this is kind of the retheming or reimagining of it, and not necessarily COVID, but the was it Project Tomorrow's attractions at the end were all just shut down. It was
Right.
sad. It was like all the stuff was there though. All the signs were lit up. It's just everything was like shoved in the corner.
Yeah, like,
Like,
you can't play the, little hockey game or anything.
yeah, none of that stuff. But it was like they're
Yeah.
getting ready to like donate it to charity or something. Bring it down to the
All
Goodwill. It
things
was
like that now. I mean, it is. I mean, it is a little startling, right? I mean, it's because things are there. It's like I haven't seen it. I was talking about this with Mallory on the way to cheer tonight when I was taking her to practice. Is that I was telling her how Columbia Harbor House it's the queue right now for Peter Pan, and she's like, "It's
right.
what?" I mean, but again, that is so you just see things that you're just right now. Everything's weird. You just got to
A
go
little
in and
bit
say,
weird.
"That's gonna be fun," but there's gonna be some weird, and that's
Oh
one of the
yeah.
weird. Try to set her up for.
Yeah, and again, that I know you always ask, in terms of, or people ask, is this, if I've never been, should I go now? It's like, well, and even since we've been, a month later now, they're allowing people to take, their
Right.
masks off for selfies and things. I mean, that was not the case even when we went, end of February, early March. It just was not. So they're slowly bringing some of those things back. But if you want to go there because you want to hang out with all the princesses, if that's your primary thing, you're probably not going to do that yet.
Right.
But if you just want to, hit some of the attractions, you don't want to plan out Fast Pass, and you just want to go to a park every day, go for it. But so last thing with Hollywood Studios, our last day there, within 4 seconds, it was too late.
Oh,
7 o'clock
to get
and
boarding
4
group.
seconds.
Yeah, we're talking the boarding group. Yes.
The
Okay.
boarding group.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got the
then all of a sudden I made the connection. Like, oh yeah, it was
yeah, I got the
7:00.
shirt on. This is from
Boarding group.
another channel, another podcast.
Ah, that's nice.
Rise, resist, repeat. This is the whole joke about just refresh.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I know you. I think we're your last guest was able to get that second boarding group, and we didn't even get that. But again, kind of like with the mask, they have to wear all day. I asked my kids leading up to this. Okay, if we don't get Rise, are you guys gonna be upset? No, like you said with your Pam and such that we hadn't been to Galaxy's Edge yet. Toy Story Land opened like 2 months after we were there last time, so we haven't been to a lot of things that were new. And they're like, no, that's just be bonus if we can get it.
Right.
We
There's a
got
lot
plenty
of
of things else to do.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is the studios 3 years ago, there wasn't a lot to do. The studios has a lot to do besides, if you don't get Rise, you can still have a ton of fun in
Oh
that park.
yeah, yeah, we
Like,
were
it's not
there.
into the
We
park anymore. Like, it was the boarding group. Like, I couldn't get a theme park reservation to go down there next week. Like, we're just going to Epcot in Magic Kingdom because there was no chance because Mallory didn't get her ticket till the last minute. So
oh
we were just out of luck. So you know what? The way I see it, I'm kind of an optimist, right? I don't have the stress of trying to get a boarding group next week because we didn't get the studios. So there,
right, there you go. Yeah, you're right. That takes that away, I guess. But yeah, I mean, we just didn't. We didn't worry about it. And again, just being immersed in Galaxy's Edge and the theming there was great. Again, they kind of Black Spire Outpost was different because they had to kind of reorient where people went because of capacity and things. Again, that's just going to get better from here on out. But even so, we'd never been there. It didn't ruin anything for us. It just was, oh, okay, this is how it is. And so that was fun. Since we didn't get Rise though, the bonus was we had time to do Smuggler's One twice.
nice.
So we got to switch it up, and it was just the three of us. So we had two of us were pilots. We just switched that around. One person was a gunner. It was, yeah, that was fun. That was actually really cool.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
so, yeah, that was a plus. Obviously, recommend the milk stand. Two of us like blue milk, another one like green milk. Okay,
Who likes green
um,
milk? Come on, now.
that's my son. I know, isn't that weird? I thought that was kind of strange, but I guess it's okay.
I guess.
But and the plus again, after all these times of going, we hit Star Tours every time. Finally, one of us was the rebel spy.
Oh, there you go. My daughter's been a lot years
Yeah.
ago. Was
So my daughter was
of course I didn't ride. She rode with Pam Forrester.
So finally, after all these times, she was again because of the capacity and the spacing. Just the odds were more in your favor, and she was the rebel spy. So anyway, the Skyliner really helped us out those last 2 days. It was kind of nice the way it worked out. So the first 2 days it was bus, and the kids were like, okay. I'm glad we're done with the bus.
Right.
Again, nothing against that, but it's like we got the Skyliner. Let's get on the Skyliner. And so we did that Epcot and Hollywood Studios. The plus is again, so Sunday was our checkout day. Yeah, our idea of a split stay is not the Pam Forrester idea of a split stay. It's Walt Disney World, Universal. That was our idea. So,
Oh, Pam Forster does those quite frequently.
oh, does she? Okay, that's.
He always ends up at Portofino.
Oh yeah, we weren't quite ready for that, but so Cabana Bay Beach Resort is where we were headed, which was confusing because Caribbean Beach Resort and then Cabana Bay. Anyway,
yeah.
So Skyliner was helpful. So we shut down Hollywood Studios 7 o'clock at night. We took the Skyliner back. The porters or baggage services there, luggage services. They had our stuff. We called a lift. I mean, within 20 minutes, we had our stuff in a lift, and then another 20 minutes to Universal. So that was pretty handy. What's really interesting is again, this will continue to change, but the COVID protocols, just the priority things that each place focused on was really different. And Walt Disney World's focused really on the masks. And I would say not that they didn't care about the spacing, but compared to Universal, I mean, we got scolded a few times. I say scolded. I mean, yelling. They're yelling. You reminded strongly, sir, you need to stand on the sticker.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you're not used to it. I mean, like,
yeah, but Universal you're on that sticker.
Yeah.
At Disney World, not so much, but boy, there's one time I was finishing, I don't know what, if we were sharing a slushie or soda or something at Star Tours in the line for that. We crossed that threshold, is like crossing the Rubicon into the line proper. Again, they've got the extended line, which yes, as everybody else has said, they move. They keep moving, which is great, even though they wrap all around the park, it seems like.
Oh, you had 20,000 steps because you were 20,000 steps in the attraction when you got in line. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to go down to the end and then go back. Yeah, but so anyway, so we crossed that and there was a cast member on us. Sorry, you can't bring that in there. You can't drink that anymore. Like, okay, should I? Right there. Okay, chuck that. At Universal, opposite. Stay on sticker. Can I drink my drink? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
I get it. They're all just trying to figure out the best way they can survive and make this work. It's.
Oh yeah, not a complaint at all. It's just kind of like
because I mean, because I'm trying to think like which way's better. Probably neither. Like I mean, they're just doing what they see is best for their guests and for
absolutely. Yeah. So yeah,
lunch and drink and stuff too. I mean, obviously you're buying drinks, but yeah. Hey, yeah, I get it.
And yeah, speaking of getting steps in, we got plenty of steps in with Universal because we're there 3 days. Our flight back that following Wednesday was not a nonstop. We did stop in Chicago on the way back, but that was to get a later flight, which worked out okay. But we got another half day at Universal. Again, the bonuses that Universal's throwing, I'm not sure what they are now, but you get 2 days and you get 4 days free or whatever it was. So that was really nice. So in Universal, again, for us, this is like our third time there. And, we had, obviously we've done everything, but there's, again, same thing. There's new stuff constantly. So top ride for all of our trip
Let me guess. E.T. E.T. That's my favorite.
No, sorry. Not quite. It's a much newer ride.
Okay.
As in this decade. Not even, let alone this century, but this decade.
You know what? Seriously, the E.T. was my favorite, but my second was the Mummy. That roller coaster.
Oh.
I like that one a lot.
Yes.
I'm stealing it because I'm just
no. Surprisingly, my youngest
spread here a little bit.
No, I was shocked. My youngest, her favorite ride. I'm like, are you sure you want to ride the Mummy? And because of the distancing, I'd never been through that queue. I'd always done like the single rider thing because the kids are younger or the older kids didn't want to ride that. And so, okay, so we went through the whole queue. There's crazy, weird, scary noises, the whole thing. I'm like, are you sure you want to do this? Oh, yeah. We did the whole thing. We got off that ride. I'm like, are you okay? She says, that was the best ride.
There you go. I love it.
Like, what?
So that was it, the Mummy? Did I guess?
That was her favorite ride until We
Oh,
rode Hagrid's motorbike adventure.
yeah, I didn't do that because that wasn't there when I was there. I was in 2018.
That was amazing, and again, that's high tech, smooth. It's amazing. Oh yeah, King Kong. That was
I like
she.
Kong. I did Kong. I like that one too.
The animatronics. She didn't really like the animatronics, and again, that too had the glasses and the
Yeah,
3D thing. It just wasn't her thing. Again, she didn't like. I hate that. It was just like, nah, just not didn't hit.
yeah.
And but yeah, the all the Harry Potter stuff. Boy, if you're a Harry Potter fan, and I know, shout out to my family who's listening to this. Have a cousin who's going with her three girls over Thanksgiving week, and they've added Universal to their their trip because the girls are at that age where Harry Potter's a cool thing now. So
It's
yeah,
all.
we
I don't know any Harry Potter. Haven't read the books. Haven't seen the movies. But like I've been into Diagon Alley and oh my gosh, what's the other part? I told you
Hogsmeade. Yeah,
Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade. Yep.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Like I mean,
Oh,
for
it is.
zero context, I was just like, I can't believe this world that I'm standing in. It's so
Oh
cool.
yeah, but you're right. I think you're a good example of that. You don't need to know everything and anything
Yeah.
and everything about it. And that too, again, it's a little bit there's a little bit of Galaxy's Edge, which is what I know Disney tried to replicate with Galaxy's Edge because of that. Because it's not really a certain there's kind of a time frame that they pick with the Harry Potter thing to try to keep some continuity, but it kind of blends all together, and you don't need to know all the characters and such to really enjoy it. But if you know all that, you can find all the the really
Right.
deep dive type of things. But yeah, we went on a couple of those things several times. That too, we never had like their version of the Express Pass, their Fast Pass. Never had that because we stayed at Cabana Bay Beach Resort and not at Portofino.
Yeah.
But getting the early access was nice. You get that through that, and the other thing too, we walked. We walked from the hotel to Universal to the parks.
Trying to think if I did. I know I walked it because Cabana Bay backs up to Volcano Bay, the water park.
Yep.
I obviously walked there, but I want to say I took a bus.
Yeah, you can
I,
take a bus.
I think I
By the
did.
time you get to the bus, you get
Yeah.
on the bus, you take the bus, and they drop you off at the bottom of the parking garage, and
No,
you
what it was, I was there for training. All the travel agents were on a bus together. We had like a
ah.
minivan, the kind of minibus, one of those like airport shuttle things.
But I tell you what, there's this garden walk, and then you walk along the
Yes,
river.
yes. Okay, I did. Okay, yes, I did walk back from City Walk one night because we had
Yes.
dinner at the Italian place in City Walk, and then I said, if there's one thing I'm going to do while I'm at Universal, because I don't know if I'm coming back, because I'm not really a Universal guy, but I'm here for training, and I'm going to get this. I went over to Toothsome's, and I got that gigantic shake with like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the top, and I I ate that, drank, and ate that whole thing on that walk along that river back to Pop Century. By the time I got back, I was just like, kill me. I was like, what did I just do? I was like,
No doubt. Wow. I don't think I would have made it back that way, but
brutal. Yeah,
that's amazing. But yeah, again, that was a lot of our steps there. But yeah, it gets you to City Walk. It gets you
yeah,
to that end, and it's just like this. You feel like you're doing something like super secret. Like, oh, we get this super secret kind of
right.
backstage pass to walk up, and you walk through the security at the right before you get to City Walk. And that's the other thing too. And you go through security before you even up and everything there. And again, Disney's finally figured that out, trying to get the security and all the screenings early on. And yeah, even with the COVID stuff, they do it differently at Universal. You can get your temperature screening at the resort, in the lobby, and then you get a band, just like you're going to Six Flags or something. But you get,
You're now inside the bubble.
yep, exactly. And then you don't need to get checked the rest of the time. So it's kind of handy that way. But then on the flip side, again, we still had paper tickets. I mean, they still haven't figured that out.
That's crazy. I know. That stuff crazy. Like you can make a park like Volcano Bay. It's so state of the art with like the tapu and all this technology everywhere. And then you're right, like paper tickets and stuff. Like I don't even try to figure that stuff out anymore. Like
yeah, it's a little weird. They finally had the app though. We did try out the app.
Yeah.
So Universal has its own app now. It's certainly nothing as nice as the My Disney experience, but we were able to load our paper tickets onto that. So that was a little bit handier. But they still tell you, but hold on to your paper tickets in case we need them. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Good
but
luck with that. Yeah, that's
anyway, so yeah, so we Universal we enjoyed almost as much, especially because of what the kids are riding. Again, my son wanted all the thrill rides, Incredible Hulk, all that kind of thing. They're old enough now. My son for sure. He's a big Star Wars fan. Not as much to the MCU with the Marvel stuff, but even then, you're walking through this. It's kind of a weird throwback. You're like, why is Spider-Man at a Universal park?
yeah. See,
Why
I
is
don't.
there a Hulk coaster at
Yeah,
what
it's
is
all
this Fantastic Four? That's a weird look. So it's a little, yeah. Speaking of asynchronous,
times are strange. Yeah, just like, oh, it's a green roller coaster. There you go, and you go upside down a bunch. That's
oh yeah, yeah. So that was his favorite for sure. Was the Incredible Hulk? He went on that 3 times.
yeah. See, I didn't do that one. I watched it, but I was like, I'm getting old. I don't need to feel crummy the rest of the day. And I want that
Yeah,
shake. That was my goal. It wasn't riding the rides. It was making sure I got my shake over toothsomes. And
yeah. So yeah, so we had all that. I guess all other things I had thinking of. I'm not going to show off um the the name of it here, but this sling bag.
oh,
I
nice.
tell you what, is slick. It's like a half backpack, and we took your advice. We bought the big power bank.
Yes.
It's got three outlets in it, so
With kids, I'm telling you, yes. I mean, with
absolutely,
kids, you have to be a mobile power plant. I'm just telling you.
yeah.
Why I wear cargo pants. I
And
have
that's
I have
saved us, yeah.
100,000 milliamps on me at any time.
So yeah, we took a lot of those good advice. So yeah, love the podcast. Loved yeah, all the great tips and tricks that you guys give us. Each week.
I
It's
appreciate it. I mean,
it's
that's why
yeah.
we're
There's
so lucky to get to do it. I mean, honestly, and this is going to help so many other people that are doing the Disney Universal split. I want to ask you one last thing because we do got
yeah
to run. We're at the top of the hour here, but um, Cabana Bay itself, the
yeah
resort, the best way I can describe it for people that haven't been there, this is like a value resort. So, like Portofino, we are joking about that. That's like the highest level. That's like the most deluxe of the Universal resorts.
yeah.
That you got Royal Pacific, that's kind of like Polynesian. You have Hard Rock,
Mhm.
but Cabana Bay, though, for me, for like a family, it just
Yes,
I'm a Pop Century guy. We joked about this. Like I said, that Cabana Bay to me is Pop Century on steroids. It's
yes.
Pop Century being built a decade later because it's got that retro feel. Everything feels kind of mid-century as you walk around the resort. It's got the swizzle stick lounge, and it's got a bowling alley inside the resort. It's got an
hmm
old like kind of a 60s looking fitness center to work out in. It's got a lazy river in the middle. It's got a really cool feel. It's got fire pits. You can get like s'more stuff and go
Right.
roast, make s'mores in the evenings. What did you guys think? I'm a huge fan of Cabana Bay. I mean, even though you don't get express pass, it's a good value and it's a fun place to stay.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. This is our second time staying there. We stayed the last time early 2018. Yeah, it doesn't show like a value. Again, location too. That's the plus with Universal. Everything's a little bit more condensed. It's smaller. I mean, in general sense, just the parks, but because of that, things are a lot closer together. Yeah, the pool. We hung out there for probably close to 3 hours one
Yep.
night, and it's huge. There's one pool on one side. It's huge because of the COVID and such. I'm not sure how they allow access to the other side, but there are kind of two sides to Cabana Bay, and the other side has a pool with a whole beach area, like
Right.
legitimate beach. I mean, you can, again, fire pits. You can sit there. Kids can play in the beach in the sand. Yeah, it's amazing, and it doesn't play like a value resort. And again, the dining is good. We ate at the Bayside Diner, I think is what it's called, twice, and we got the same thing both times because we liked it. It was just
If you
the
like it,
bur- was that
That's how I am. If you liked it the
yeah.
first time, chance it the second time.
Absolutely. Again, they had burgers, and they made them fresh on the spot. I mean, they're making stuff, and they made it to go. They knew what they're doing. I mean, you put stuff in boxes, and you take a bag, and you head back to your room. And you're right, for families, we got the family suite, even just the three of us, and we each three had a queen bed.
Yeah,
I
it's nice.
Yeah, and again, separate areas. We had separate sink area, separate toilet room, separate sink with shower and bath, a kitchenette with everything, with a a refrigerator with freezer and microwave and a kitchen sink and an eating area, 2 TVs. I mean, it was
You know what? It really worked out well for me because we are down for training. And while I'm friends with Ben Lappin, one of our great agents over at the Magic for Less, and he's also takes care of a lot of stuff for the Lizards as far as our shirts and a lot of our hats and stuff. And so we had to kind of like have a roommate for this training, right? And so Ben and I know each other. We talk, we've seen each other at races, but like when you have to stay with somebody, that you don't really know, that's not family, the family suite worked out great because really we had our own little areas. We had,
yeah,
we had
absolutely.
room, we had a little kitchenette we could share and get our work done. And yeah, they're very flexible and they're
Yeah,
they're good value.
yeah, very similar. When we had the full 6 of us, it worked well even then, and very similar to All Star Music, the family suites
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
terms
very
of in terms of size. But again, the amenities were a little bit, like you said, 10 years newer, a little bit more plussed.
plus you get Zest and you get VO5 shampoo. You gotta love that. That's like right.
Absolutely, shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, that's right. I stole all that stuff because I remember Ben said, "Did we get any soap or shampoo?" I'm like, "No, we didn't. Don't look in my bag because I'm taking it still under the sink here at the house."
That's too funny. Yeah, but yeah, that's a fun place. The kids really love that. They would look forward to that as much as anything in terms of staying places because they had such a good time the previous time. Again, pool's huge, slide was open. Again, the COVID restrictions kind of melted away when you're at the pool.
Right. Yeah, you just get there and you have fun.
Yep.
That's my goal for the summer. All right, well, Scott, we got to run, but I appreciate
right.
you taking the time to share all this because it's going to help a lot of folks heading down here this spring and summer. And so glad you had a good time. So thanks for taking the time to come on, and I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Mike. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Don't forget today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out today over at themagicforless.com. They will take great care of you when it comes to your next Disney vacation, whether it's Walt Disney World. We've even started booking Disneyland again. Hooray. We did that today for some guests. Adventures by Disney, Disney Cruise Line. Those ships are going to start sailing soon, and as well, Universal. So just drop by themagicforless.com. You can fill out the quote form while you're there. Mention the show. It'll come to me. We'll plan a great trip, get you some availability, some pricing, see if it works out. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. But give us the opportunity. We'd sure appreciate that over at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. One extra click really helps support the show. And a huge shout out to our patrons. You guys help support the show. Let us do 4 shows a week here on the feed, plus you, me, and Scotty G every Sunday night. So join us for that. And also our patrons get Mike in the Midwest every Thursday. So don't miss out. For more information on that, visit patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Quick programming note. This Sunday night, speaking of you, me, and Scotty G, me, Mike, will be at Walt Disney World this Sunday night. So there will be no live call-in show this Sunday night. So I know you're going to miss us, right? No, you're probably not. It's okay. But we'll be back the next Sunday night to talk about all the news of the week. But I am taking this Sunday night off because I will be at Walt Disney World, hopefully celebrating a Summit Championship. We'll see. Maybe. Either way, I'll be happy. I'll be happier if they win, but I'll still be at Walt Disney World, so you don't lose. Anyway, so we'll have that a week from Sunday. So do plan accordingly. Watch Sunday Night Baseball or whatever you got to do. Play on your phone. So don't forget, give us a follow on the social media. I'll be posting a lot from Walt Disney World at Be Our Guest Mike on Instagram and Twitter, and of course, Facebook and YouTube. Give us a follow over there as well. All right, time to get out of here, and we'll be back again on Wednesday with more of your listener questions. So for Scott up in Wisconsin, I'm Mike in Missouri. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Boom. Thank you. That was a good one.
All right. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. Sorry, I don't know what happened with going live there for a second. Facebook. I am trying. Facebook bugs me. But
oh my goodness.
Back going.
No, good timing. I gotta go pick up my son from church.
There you go.
Dropped him off at church. So
that's right.
It's a Wednesday night.
Yeah, and my daughter's getting done with cheerleading, so I get my Chick-fil-A here in a minute. I've already eaten, but I get my shake when they come home. So
I'll leave you with one. I don't want to show this to the whole world, but I'll leave you with one throwback photo.
Oh, that is epic. That is a great picture.
You like the shorts? In the hat.
I like the hat. That hat is the bomb. I love that.
Oh, but did you ever get to go through that? That's the journey into imagination, the tunnel, the rainbow tunnel.
No, I didn't, because I only went to the Magic Kingdom for a half day until I was in college. So I never saw any of that old stuff. It was so sad. I know. I
Ah,
didn't do Horizons. I didn't do a lot of that cool stuff.
oh yeah, they could bring all that back.
That's why
But
I think that's why I like living with the land so much because I feel like I'm back in that time.
yeah, boy, if they just play the song, I think we all be set. So
Yeah, see, and I've heard it a bajillion times because of the old radio station we did. But and hold music will get you every time. Save
oh
this for
no. Wow.
let's listen to
Well,
the music
excellent.
we all love. All right, well, I am gonna run, and if
All
you
right.
have any guys anything, just give me a yell. Thanks again.
All right. Thanks so much,
All
Mike.
right, I'll see you later. Okay, take
All
care.
right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All righty, everybody.